On the 9th of February, the Swiss referendum proposed by the right-wing SVP resulted in the approval of putting quotas on EU immigration, therefore limiting its adherence to the free movement of people accord with the EU. Reached narrowly by 50.4% of the voters, the proposal had most of its support from rural areas, mainly in the German-speaking parts of the country, but was greatly opposed by urban centers, most notably in the Francophone West. Massive immigration and the free movement of people has become an increasingly important concern for right-wing parties, not only in Switzerland but also in several other EU member countries. In the last few years, some 80,000 people have migrated to Switzerland annually, and now 1 in 4 of the population are immigrants. The anti-immigration supporters believe EU immigrants take up jobs that could otherwise be occupied by Swiss nationals, but figures show that in fact unemployment rates in Switzerland are very low, at about 5%. Some argue Switzerland is changing very rapidly, but so far it seems such changes have brought the country great economic prosperity. While several EU members are struggling with indebtedness and crisis, Switzerland's agricultural and business sectors remain strong. But this could change soon. Relations between Switzerland and the EU have already been affected after the referendum's result. The EU decided Swiss students would be excluded from the European Study Abroad program, and Swiss scientists would no longer be allowed to compete for the European research funds.
So there's a couple of different scenarios that could develop. So one, the best scenario would be for people that are voting the law in, would be if the EU doesn't retaliate, they continue to trade with Switzerland, and they continue to buy Swiss products, and the immigration is limited and firms are able to find their workers here in Switzerland. Wages will stay high, it blocks off immigration, and that could be a very nice situation. The problem is that's not likely to happen, right? So that assumes that the workers that the firms need are here already, and that's probably not the case, right? They're already looking abroad. It's not necessarily that they're looking abroad for cheaper labor. They may be looking abroad for a certain skill set that they need.
There are still 3 years for the Swiss government to decide how to implement the immigration quotas. The greatest challenge remains to decide on a number that will satisfy both sides, as well as a number that won't hurt the Swiss economy in the long run.